Hey, welcome to Coffee, 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 your place for average Joe coffee reviews. Voulez un café? So today's coffee is a Starbucks coffee, but it's a different Starbucks coffee.
It's their Italian roast, and it's in between their espresso roast and their French roast. The French roast has a smoky kind of edge, according to this, and the espresso roast would be a little bit lighter.
Right.
So this is a little bit darker.
Right. Sometimes the French roast is a little bit ruder.
So mean. He's just saying that because his family is Italian, so he's prejudiced towards this coffee. So they recommend 2 tablespoons, but we have found it's just too bitter when you do that.
With most coffees.
For our taste, that's just too bitter. So we just do the 1 tablespoon like normal.
Or a heaping one.
Heaping, yeah. But not 2 heaping.
Yeah.
I do 2 heaping sometimes, and so, yeah. So, it says it should hold its own with cream and sugar. So, some coffees, like if you put cream and sugar, you kind of lose the coffee flavor, but this should stand up to that. So, pretty intense.
Does it say where the beans are from?
It says it's 100% Arabica. It doesn't say where the actual beans come from, but it did say that it's a part of Conservation International, and it's supposed to be ethical coffee sourcing. So, there you go.
Ethical by whose standards?
Well,
we don't know.
That is true. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
So everybody knows Starbucks.
That's right. That's right. A wholly owned subsidiary of themselves.
Right.
All right. Well, let's get into the
actual coffee.
Tasting and reviewing of the Starbucks Italian roast. Vespa flavored.
Yeah, it's got a Vespa on the front, which is pretty cool. I would love a Vespa one of these days.
I thought about being the Vespa real estate agent.
Why?
Because then I could ride a Vespa.
Yeah. I would like to go back to Italy and ride in a Vespa.
Yeah.
Or not just ride in, but actually drive one, not just be on the back of one.
Yeah, that would be boring for you. Not for me, because I'd be driving, hopefully. If you were riding on the back of it.
Okay, but what do we think about this coffee? What do you think?
Overall, I'm able to drink it all. It may be a little more bold for my personal taste.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a little bit bold, a little bit more on the bitter side, I guess. Not too bad, but it's like on that cusp of I don't really enjoy bitterness.
Yeah, I can't really taste any bitterness. Well, maybe a tad.
It's just a tinge.
Yeah.
It just.
But overall, it's an okay cup.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, because coffee, Starbucks coffee is a bit more expensive. I mean, we did get this one for $6.99 a bag because it was on sale at Publix. But if it were $8.99, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, for that price, I expect a better cup.
I wouldn't buy it at $8.99 unless I called you and got permission. Then I would.
Right. Yeah. Smart idea.
But so would we buy it again at
full price?
No.
But on sale, sure.
Yeah, I think so. And our donut rating of 5 donuts. Where
3?
would we put that? I would think 3, right?
Yeah.
Even at the discounted price.
Yeah.
Because there are other coffees you can get for about the same price.
Yeah.
And then you look at that way. So 3 donuts out of 5.
Yeah.
But so yeah. Anything else to add on it?
I will say that Starbucks is like one of the only places that I can get a cup of coffee out and about through the drive-thru that's a decent cup of coffee.
Yeah, and I can drink their black house blend or whatever it is that you get when you just say, I want a black coffee.
But why would you?
Well, just because I don't know how to order at Starbucks. And when I do know how to order at Starbucks, pour exemple, that was French.
I don't think so.
I ordered you a cafe breve, and the guy was like, cappuccino or latte. And I didn't know what to say. I said latte. And then I Googled it, and a cafe breve is a latte.
With espresso.
So it's like, why did he even ask me?
Yeah.
Starbucksies person.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's a complicated place to order.
yeah, certainly. I had to Google it the first time I went there.
Yeah.
How do you order coffee at Starbucks? I was nervous. I didn't want to get thrown out.
That's the saddest thing ever.
Well, hey, I either get thrown out or they stick a crocheted beanie cap on my head and I have to sit in the corner. All right. So if you've enjoyed this review or you'd like to see other ones, head on over to coffeecoffeecoffeeshow.com and you can see all that stuff there and connect to us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Until next time.
Keep grinding.
Hey, thanks for watching our reviews. Please be sure to subscribe and check out our other reviews here.